the advantages and disadvantages of the twin fuselage design. Let's start with a quick dive into history. The first aircraft in history with two fuselages was built back in 1915, at the height of the First World War. We're talking about the long-range fighter seaplane of the British Royal Navy, the Blackburn Twin Blackburn. The design of the aircraft consisted of two fuselages. The pilot sat in one fuselage and an observer in the other. The aviators communicated using hand signals. There was no intercom on board. Therefore, communication between the aviators would have had to have been no worse than that of a married couple after 10 years of living together. The main task of the Blackburn Twin Blackburn was to fight German Zeppelins during German raids on the British Isles. After the First World War, the twin fuselage schematic was somewhat forgotten and was only properly recalled during the Second World War. The most striking twin-body aircraft of that period are considered to be the Focke-Wulf FW-189, the Northrop P-61 Black Widow, and the Lockheed P-38 Lightning. The FW-189 is a German reconnaissance aircraft nicknamed the Flying Eye. The Focke-Wulf FW-189 have tremendous survivability. The American Lockheed P-38 Lightning fighter had excellent range, was easy to fly, and was forgiving of mistakes by pilots. The Northrop P-61 Black Widow was the first American heavy fighter aircraft specifically designed for nighttime operations. It was this plane that escorted bombers during raids over Japan. Towards the close of World War II, the U.S. Air Force created the North American F-82 Twin Mustang long-range fighter. Its appearance was associated with curiosity. American Command announced the need for a two-seat fighter for long-range missions. As we've already mentioned, during the raids on Japan, the bombers were escorted by P-61 Mustang fighters. It became clear that the burden on the pilot during long, large-distance flights was extremely high. A second cockpit was needed for the co-pilot so that they could swap each other out. But instead of implementing a second cockpit on the current P-51 Mustang, the designers simply connected two P-51 Mustang fuselages, slightly lengthened the structure, and thereby the F-82 Twin Mustang was born. It turned out that combining two aircraft into one was easier and cheaper than changing the existing design of a single-seat Mustang